You know, if I say something, I mean it. These things happen. Yeah.
If I ever said I'm never scared, just know I mean it. If I ever said I fuck your bitch, just know I mean it. And if I ever said I'm getting money, just know I mean it. And oh Lord knows, He knows I mean it.
Yeah.
You know I mean it. You know I mean it. Just know I mean it. Just know I mean it. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
If I say that shit, then I mean it. She calls me, I screen it. I'm only fucking if it's convenient. You lie on pussy, that's weak shit. We pass pussy round, that's G shit. But you ain't fam, so what is this we shit? You cuff yours and then leash shit. Listen, I'm telling you, it's my world. I does what I wish to. If you're mad, well, too bad. Sounds like a personal issue. I walk in, they all stare like, who the fuck is this dude? Kicks game is just rude. Don't get jujitsu'd. Tunnel visions, I get ahead. Stay solid, I never fled. My haters feel like I'm better dead, but I'm quite alive, getting bread instead. With a better girl, with a better face, I'm in a better place, getting better head. I just wanna stay broke forever. Yeah, that's that shit no one ever said.
Never scared. Just know I mean it. If I ever said I fuck your bitch, just know I mean it. And if I ever said I'm getting money, just know I mean it. And oh Lord knows, He knows I mean it. You know I mean it. You know I mean it. Just know I mean it. Just know I mean it. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Signed Gerald, I'm sincere. This year I'm in here, I'll spell it out to make things clear. And meanwhile your end's near, I've got a lane and I'm in gear. You people wonder who's next up, that conversation really ends here. You rappers just talk a bunch, stress me out, I chop a Dutch. Weak rappers trying to bite the sound, but my style is a lot to munch. And I'm more like whiskey neat, and you're more like vodka punch. G's dope, you might blow up. Think I know, I've got a hunch. On my side, it's so authentic. You try to stunt, but it's all rented. But sure dope, you got a bad chick, yeah, cool, bro, we all get it. She wears a ring, came through without it. You really think she stays true? I doubt it. Cause I'm fucking your girlfriend, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm never scared. Just know I mean it. If I ever said I fuck your bitch, just know I mean it. And if I ever said I'm getting money, just know I mean it. And oh Lord knows, He knows I mean it. You know I mean it. You know I mean it. Just know I mean it. Just know I mean it. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
We on?
We is on.
We motherfucking on. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday.
Wednesday.
And you know, I planned on having this show just free balling as of yesterday. But, you know, I just in a somber mood. I fear for my country. I'm not going to lie. But we'll get to that in a minute. Shout out to all our new listeners, all our new followers. Shout out to Don Cody. Shout out to Jesse Calhoun and his people. Shout out to all the local bands, local bars, the Little Yellow Bus, the Eargasm guys. Just take your asses over to the Upside Down Studios page. See all the peeps we got on there. Go check them out. There's bound to be something that you'll like. Shout out to my haters. You know I love you motherfuckers. Even though you guys are getting to the point where you're banning everybody. Anything else? Did I miss anything there, Greg?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, with that being said, where do we want to start? I'm gonna start off on this. I touched on this a little bit on my pregame, but for the people who didn't get to hear it, I'll say it again. Today was great.
Oh, my bad.
Today was the inauguration of our 46th president, Joe Biden. Of course, there's a lot, especially the Facebook warriors. I mean, I expressed my dislike or whatever, or my unhappiness. But hey, life goes on. And you're gonna have them few here's in there who put up stupid shit. But for those on the other side, for those who voted for Biden, the Trump haters and all that, be happy. Why aren't you happy? You won. Why aren't you doing your thing? You fucking won. You got what you wanted. But no, these fuckers aren't happy. For 4 years, we had to listen to he's not our president. For 4 years, we had to listen to Russia, Russia, Russia. For 4 years, you degraded this man who wasn't, he wasn't a saint. He was a piece of shit like the rest of the fucking business people, but, he was a better man for the job. For 4 years, we had to hear you not only down the man, but his family. People talk shit about his autistic son.
I'm gonna talk shit about that.
For 4 years, we heard nothing but violent bullshit towards our president. And you motherfuckers on this first day, while the wound is fresh, got the nerve to say Trump supporters need to shut the fuck up? Trump supporters need to be quiet? Trump, just suck it up? 4 years, motherfucker. Now, mind you, I know Biden's passed. And it really feels like America got Munchausen syndrome. We went from, everybody wanted change. Fucking Barack Obama's whole campaign was hoping change. You wanted change. We got change. It was like, oh my God, everything is changing. We need to go back.
Never go
what the fuck?
It's terrible.
You can back it up anytime you want.
So, you motherfuckers out there saying that the Trump supporters need to shut the fuck up. Fuck you guys. I'm sure that we ain't gonna be out there acting a fool for 4 years like y'all. But best believe they will hold Biden's fucking feet to the fire.
What the fuck you talking about?
Just like, y'all held Trump to the fire. Like I said before, I know Biden's passed, but, Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. I don't want my kids going to school in the jungle. That's Biden's past.
Yeah, you're absolutely
Mr.
right.
didn't want integration because he was afraid of black kids going to school with his precious white kids. That's who you elected into the White House.
Yep.
Good job on the racism.
I mean, his own vice president called out
The first black lady to incarcerate as many black people as she fucking can.
Yeah.
If she can find a way to throw a fucking black person in jail, she does.
And how'd she get there? Suck a dick.
Typical.
Suck a dick. If you guys haven't noticed, we got motherfucking Big Sniz in the house.
Well, they
We
noticed.
And,
They noticed.
and we got Joyce
When
in the
did
house.
that happen?
What's up, guys? Sorry, I brought him. He's on one.
And we got Lil Sniz in the house. And
I'm
Kitty Cat in the
already
house.
off.
So, yeah.
So I woke up to get the kids ready for school and get them off to school and everything.
Thank you for cutting me off, cockfuckers.
I watched about an hour and a half to 2 hours of inauguration coverage, like that early this morning.
I watched
So we didn't
none
even
of
get
it.
to the inauguration. We were just like we were there with like the cameras were still watching them set the fucking place
Like
up.
Super
while people
Bowl
were talking.
pregame and
Yeah,
shit.
like that dumb shit. And I had to turn it off. I couldn't stomach it anymore. Like I was seriously listening to them sit there and program people as to like, people wait. wait every 4 years just to see this handoff of power with both presidents standing there and the ceremony. I'm like, no, the fuck they don't. They don't even think about it. Since 4 years ago, there's not a single motherfucker that sat around going, God damn it, I can't wait for the next inauguration.
No,
There's probably a few.
fucker.
There's probably a few.
No.
Well, there is a handful of people, well, there's more than a handful of people that do, wait for that, and that's the businesses, but the hookers.
Oh yeah, inauguration day. Actually,
The hookers, just like, I watched a couple of the documentaries on, like, life after, that shit and all this and that.
I remember.
And, they say that, when the Olympics come around here or the Super Bowl comes around, that's their money maker. They
I
can
was
make
in
a whole.
Arizona for the Super Bowl, and I remember talking to a hooker I knew from working in the clubs years ago in D.C.
I mean, cats ship in hookers
When he was
like
in
like they
Arizona,
do
he was-
fucking
I was with him the whole time.
And she
extra
said that
chairs.
The amount of money that she made and that business, that industry made during the inauguration, and then I remember it during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
and-
they literally
There
bust
was a lot of
like
cheerleaders.
they
hookers
bust
come
hookers
in from all over the country for these big events.
I mean, it's so. I mean, and it's known by the Olympic Association that they give out condoms. There's
That's for the
official
athletes
Olympic.
that's for the athletes in the athletes village. That's not even not even prostitution. That's just all the Olympians just get together and scrump when they're not doing their events.
They have an actual official Olympic condom.
Yeah, for
The-
participants, and they hand them out at the Olympic Village because they just can't keep their clothes on.
I wonder if they have like smaller ones for the Asians.
Or the Mexicans, wherever he comes from. So you know.
Are you egg roll or burrito?
I'm
Both,
neither,
motherfucker,
motherfucker. I'm
both.
rice and beans.
He's churros or some shit.
No, patelillos.
That's what it is.
Patelillos. All right, so now back to what I was saying. These people keep saying that the Trump supporters are a cult and they're this and that. They don't want to look at anything else that happened in the past. They're acting like this was just the first time that anything like gathering happened or whatever. But it isn't even the man. Hopefully there'll be more Donald Trumps in the future. In his business mind, in the way he was, doing things for the country, because I believe he did very well for the country. I ain't saying anything else about his private life. That's totally different. I could, totally different. But as far as the way he ran this country, he did a good job, whether you like it or like to say it or not. I mean, he did slip up here and there, but who doesn't? Now, people don't follow Donald Trump. People follow the idea. People follow what he had done that was right. Whether you want to hear it or not, people love to call him a racist, but he has done more for black people and black rights than any president since Lincoln. And Lincoln didn't even want to do that shit. Nobody says anything about all the money he dumped in the urban projects. Nobody said nothing about how he made it possible for kids who live in poorer neighborhoods to go to better schools for free. Nobody says nothing about, all the businesses and factories that he kept here that, most of the hoods are around fucking old businesses and factories that either shit the bed or are struggling. And he brought most of those businesses back. That first year, it was shitty because he cut off everybody else. But once it started rolling again, it did quite fucking well. And I don't know now because now Biden's reversing everything. But, nobody talks about that shit. He's just this big racist that talks shit about Mexicans. No, he didn't talk shit about Mexicans. He talked shit about MS-13. That's a gang. It's a Mexican gang, but it's
not even Mexican.
Well, not
It's
anymore.
Salvadorian.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, he didn't talk shit
And he did-
about
and they are-
immigrants.
and it-
He
yeah.
talked shit about illegals. He didn't talk shit about Muslims. He didn't ban Muslims. He banned people coming from the fucking countries that are trying to blow us up.
Well, that's only because we invaded their countries and have stayed there uninvited
Well,
for years.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another thing. He was pulling our troops out of there. Bringing them back. Didn't we want to bring our kids home? Useless war. We don't belong there. We shouldn't be policing the country. That's not our shit. He was doing that. Biden already said he was sending more troops over there. Biden's people are Iraq. Iraq is the only ones that didn't go into the whole peace thing that Donald Trump put together. Iraq is technically right
They were
now
listening.
the enemy. And, you know, when Joe Biden ain't sucking on a Chinese dick, he's taking it in the ass from Sand people. And Iraqi Sand people. You know, he totally shut off our like he's shutting off our oil. You know, Trump we were the biggest oil producer or exporter for the past 4 years. Out of nowhere. Boom. $2, $1.95. Sometimes it went down lower. Gas. Biden just shut all that shit down. Like literally, today, it's either 15 or 17 executive orders that he put in today. He stopped the building of the wall. So now we just got this eyesore there. You know, I'm sure it'll help in certain areas, but you know, now they got to drive right down the, right around the corner. He's letting all the illegals, the undocumented, have a
That's exactly how I like my illegals, by the way, like my firearms.
undocumented.
Undocumented. Are those called ghost illegals?
Now, there's already a bill in. It hasn't passed. It's just up now. That you either have to sell your guns to the government, or you have to register everything, like everything.
Oh yeah, that's working real good right now.
Oh yeah, that. And also, you
Who
have
wants to
to.
start investing in 3D printers?
I'm
Fuck all this.
I'm sorry, I got that wrong.
Just
I
make our
mixed
own
up my
shit.
words. I mixed up my words. You don't. We are. If you're doing it the right way, we already have to register our firearms. But you have to register your bullets. Every
How
box.
can you even track that?
Yeah, I don't
got
know.
5.
I got 5.
I got 5.
I got one in this caliber, one in this caliber.
But this
I'm
right.
talking about the 338.
This is nothing though. This is nothing. Do you want to know what is illegal to own now?
Your mom.
Dude, if you want to own that, man, you go right ahead.
If you want to own that.
Body armor.
What?
Body
When
armor.
did that become illegal?
No, that's in this bill that they're trying to put
They
forward.
want it. They're trying to
So
make
if
it.
you have any kind of bulletproof vest, if you have any kind of anything like that, yeah, it's illegal.
Okay. I
So
don't have none of that. No.
let's
You
think
had
about
it, I
this for a
didn't.
Steel
minute.
plates in
They've
the
been
back.
trying. They've been trying to make it illegal ever since, what was it? 92, 94, somewhere in there.
The dude
Remember when them two motherfuckers in
in
LA
LA?
robbed
Yep.
that bank?
Yep.
And they just walked behind the car, and everything. Cops were just dumping every fucking thing they
Right.
had at them.
Right.
And these two cats are just
Yep.
walking down the street.
They walked for like, I think it was like 27
Nobody
blocks or
thought
some
to
shit
shoot
like
him in
that.
the head.
dude.
I was
Like
thinking
they-
that. I was thinking that.
What's
Shoot
that?
him in the head. Shoot him in the
No,
foot.
they had tactical
Dude.
helmets.
That-
They were
like
in
when
full
he
battle
said
rap.
when he said they
They had
were
planes
unloading
down-
shit, Marco, there were fucking rounds all over the ground when they were done. I mean, it was
They
fucking
literally
ridiculous.
fired on them for 27 blocks.
Right. Like a whole
I'd
So
hit
they
him with a
brought
car.
They were walking behind it. I think it was an old Crown Vic.
No, either that or
I'd
like a
hit him
dude
with a
like
car.
his, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you-
But
Boom!
Yep,
Yeah.
just come at him with a car.
That's what they should have done.
Just
kind
hit
of
him
hard
with
to
a
do
fucking
when
car.
somebody's shooting you in the
Yeah, but
fucking
they had,
face.
they had assault rifles and they were macked up too. They would have stopped most anything coming at them.
Yeah.
I mean, the
I'd
police.
have got into a nice
The
old
police
school
were not
truck,
equipped
put a
to handle
fucking
those
piece of
motherfuckers.
metal over the
No.
windshield.
223s hit their engine block and cut the car off.
You know, even if you dove out the fucking truck and just let it go for them. That guaranteed, you know, that I don't give a fuck how much armor you got on. That Yeah, they gonna stop the car.
I'm gonna have to find the videos and share
The
it with
video,
you.
yeah. I mean, they just,
Yeah,
and
because
the guys were just, it was like a Sunday walk with the dog at the dog park, dude.
Yep.
They were just walking behind the car.
Do.
You could
And
see him taking shots. He was just like,
like
what
after,
else?
But
after,
this
listen,
is my
after
point
clips
of this
were
stuff.
done, dude, they were opening the back doors and grabbing more. And
Yeah, they were reloading. Reload!
This is the point of the whole thing, though. They're trying to take away your weapons.
I'm looking right
The only people who are allowed to have weapons are federal authorities because they're trying to defund the police. So now that's their excuse for having all the military authority shit. And they're taking away even your little bit of defense on your person. And nobody is even like, wait a minute, this don't sound, some don't seem right. You're pretty much putting, the fish in a barrel and you got a net. That's what's happening. This whole we had more soldiers at this inauguration this morning than we do over in the litter box right now as we speak. That is the truth. Look up the numbers. And why? There was no problems, none whatsoever.
No, but you know what? As much as they were hyping the possibility of
Right,
a threat,
they were
I was
hyping
like,
it.
Here we go. Look, we all know our government has already killed one sitting U.S. president. I wouldn't put it past.
Just one?
At least one.
All right.
I would not have put it past them because they caused so much. Like, I seriously was waiting for a bullet to come flying, whether it did anything or not, just so they could go, see, we fucking told you these guys were going to do it so that they could fucking ratchet down even more. I expected that.
I think they did what they had to do. The whole Capitol thing was enough. I wholeheartedly believe
Did you see
that
part of the list of Trump's pardons were like a shitload of people that Biden put in prison for life over fucking pot?
Dude, when I saw Lil Wayne on there, I'm like, oh no. Oh
Right.
no. What did Lil Wayne do that the president had to pardon him?
That's his homie.
His home's license.
You know what would have pissed everybody off? I mean, thank God he didn't do it, but if he would have pardoned that fucking Giselle chick, that would have been fucked up. Or Weinstein.
Yeah.
That would have been fucked up. Real fucked up. But anyways, unreal shit is going on right now. The censorship alone.
Really ridiculous.
Look, I am not for any form of censorship. I've had plenty of people come onto my Facebook page. Even I've argued with people that I didn't even know. And when people try to stop them from speaking or stop them, no, you let them speak. I don't care if I believe they're right or wrong, even if they are right or wrong. This is America. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't give a fuck where you get. You are on this. You get your voice, and that's what the whole fucking problem was in the whole. With the Capitol thing. Not with the riots, the protest itself. They just wanted to be heard. They wanted to hear the truth, and for all these people who said there was no evidence, nothing came through. Watch the fucking thing. All the evidence got stopped. Because a Democrat, it has to be signed by a Republican and a Democrat, and no Democrats had the balls to sign any of that fucking evidence. That is the reason why there was no fucking evidence to come through. I can't stand what that. Or did you see the video? It's all over like European news of a Capitol police officer escorting. They're calling him Chewbacca Man. I don't know why he had buffalo horns. But escorting
He's
this
the great
dude
white buffalo
into the fucking room.
Chief.
The one dude's laying in front of a podium. He was bitching about getting hit in the face with a rubber bullet. For those black folks who said they didn't get shot with rubber bullets, And the cop was like, "Are you okay?" The dude was like, "Yeah, I'm all right." He was talking to Chewbacca Man. He was like, "Here's a podium. Make sure everything is." He pretty much told him not to fuck nothing up. Do what you got to do. And for all you people who talk shit about, the people who are out there past curfew or who fuck this and that up, there are plenty of news videos. News, not people, taking videos on their phone. News of Trump supporters, real Trump supporters, cleaning up the mess. Cleaning up the
I was
fucking
right.
mess.
It's an old Buick. I'm sorry, I'm looking up that video you all was talking
And
about.
It's all smart body.
when they came into the Capitol, they moved the velvet rope over like 6 inches. Kept it up. They didn't even knock
Did
over
you
the nail
notice
fire.
Did you notice when they flooded in? Like they still stayed single file inside
Right.
the velvet rope and shit.
You know, that
They're like,
hand.
let's fucking rage! Single file, please. Single file.
Yeah, you know,
We don't want a Who concert here.
Right.
nobody wants to talk about that shit. And I understand now a little bit of the whole
See, I need to put a monitor
beginning
over
of
there,
the
too.
BLM movement, because I understand, you know, they just wanted their voices heard.
Today.
You know, they wanted their voices heard. So I get it on that end. Anything past that, you know, is terrorism. But if you were protesting and you want your voices heard and you're not getting that heard, then that's wrong. And that is the only thing that was going on at the Capitol that day. But they turned this thing into the biggest fucking ordeal. Does anybody remember the Million Man March?
Yes.
That
We lived there during the first one.
That was a protest. Not only was it a protest, but it was an act of solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you know, letting their voices be heard. There were 1 million plus men. I mean, predominantly
And no
black
bullshit,
men,
I
but
mean, there might have been
every-
pockets of isolated bullshit
Right.
here and there, but there was not.
So
there was
nobody
not
could
any
say
kind of major.
that, you know, nobody ever rushed the Capitol.
And nor did I have a problem with that protest.
Right, no,
I
nothing
supported the
wrong
fuck
with it.
out of
Nothing.
it. Hey, I see what you're saying. And
We-
you know what?
we are
And you're
allowed
going
to protest.
And you're going about it the right way. Motherfucker, as an American, I got your back.
Yeah, that's another thing that kind of fucks me up. You know, everybody's making a big deal. This happened at our Capitol, I
Yeah,
thought
'cause too bad it
that's
didn't happen
where.
at Best Buy, Starbucks, and Target.
Yeah, I thought that's where you were supposed to take, you know, your
Dunkin' Donuts.
grievance with the government. If you have expired all other
Well,
fucking,
I said that
you
during
were
the riot.
supposed to
Quit
take
burning down businesses and go torch the fucking courthouse. Go torch City Hall.
Go to the Capitol.
Go to where the system is.
Yeah.
Don't be burning down these fucking buildings and looting fucking stores. Go storm the
You
fucking
cannot
judge's
justify a pair of
chambers.
Gucci shoes over a dead man. That is not a voice being heard. You're just being a fucking
I got
dick.
72 pairs of Jordans in this transaction, so I now no longer have any grievances.
You know, and then people were wrong for defending their own property. People were wrong for boarding up their own buildings. And then they want to throw people in jail for that. I mean, somebody does. And what did they do? They elected the same motherfuckers who incite this shit. You know, just like Jared said, you know, he it wasn't even exaggeration. He's fucking right. You know, Kamala Harris fucking put black person after black person and Latinos, you know, because that's over on that side, you know, that ain't stereotyping or anything, that's just what's over there. You know, all these people in jail for the stupidest shit. The smallest. If you got caught with a fucking blunt 3 times, you were fucked for a fucking blunt. For a fucking blunt. And had the nerve to laugh about it on Charlemagne the God show while she smoked a joint. Laughed about it. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to say shit about that. Because Barack Obama fucking gave her the power to do that. You know, he was another one. He smiled in the black folks' face while he was putting them in jail. But, you know, he's old news. So I ain't even bringing that up. Now,
He's so 2000 and late.
something that I'm gonna touch on something that we touched on the Eargasm show. Now you know this. I've been talking about this for years. China's second son. Mm-hmm. Well, they fired it up. It worked. It was supposed to go into orbit, but because of the Wu flu, it got delayed. But as of now, I think it's been 2-3 weeks now, they fired that bitch up. So I didn't think they were going to be able to turn it off. I mean, because once you start it, I mean, how do you turn the sun off? But apparently they got an off switch or did some kind of test. Anyway, it's online. It's there. So not only, we aren't even going to look at the human ramifications as far as geopolitical or politics. And we're just going to look at it from an environmental situation. Because it goes into another thing that Biden did today. You know, we are back in the Paris Accords. That whole environmental sham. You put 2 suns in the air. We have global warming now, supposedly. What the fuck is another sun gonna do?
It's gonna chill things out, bro.
And then you know, this is the big sham. This is how stupid the Chinese think, you know, everybody else in the world are. We're gonna put this up. We're gonna put this, or they're gonna put this up over China in certain areas.
Right.
You know, over a certain area, so it would help with their farming and all that. All right. You know, even this idiot across from me with a 3rd grade education, he'll tell you, if you put something in space, it goes around, it orbits, it don't just chill there.
I don't know if he'd be able to tell you.
The only thing that even comes close to staying still is the moon, because it don't spin, but that's the only thing that don't spin. Everything else fucking spins.
Like
you
a
put,
top.
you know, everything, you know, all our satellites, you know, all our everything circles the moon. I mean, that, fuck you flat earthers, that proves it right there. You know, everything goes around. The Kuiper belt,
Frisbee's
the
flat, but it's still round.
Van Allen belt, you know, those are all debris of not only our trash, but just pieces of meteors and shit. It all orbits and circles. So that sun is hitting everywhere. So now, just take Arizona. What's the average temperature? It gets pretty hot and dry out there,
Yep.
don't it?
Oh, yeah.
So
When I was there, it was like 120.
yeah, so double that. No, we
When I
won't
was
even
there,
say
it didn't
double it
get
because
above 80.
it's not the same size as
It
the
was
sun.
February.
So we'll even go low number. We'll take a quarter of that. What is a quarter of 120 degrees? That
30.
what?
30.
30? So add 30, so that's 150 fucking degrees. 150 fucking degrees.
Buck City!
You want everybody to be black? We will. You know, there will be no more race thing. Everybody's gonna be crispy.
Maybe
wear SPF
maybe that's the
4
point they're trying to
Make
get
them
to,
hot
Marco.
dogs.
I mean, even the Asians are gonna go from that orange, you know, Donald Trump looking color to that crispy. They're gonna look like a burnt fucking fortune cookie. So now, could somebody explain to me, you know, because even, and I was very surprised, the Eargasm guys agreed with me on this. Somebody explain to me, why in the fuck are we gonna start spending again trillions and trillions of dollars, because that's all this fucking scam is, in the whole Paris, you know, climate accords, if there's another sun? We're not gonna stop global warming anymore. We're not gonna, you know, no matter what the fuck we do, the ice caps are gonna be, might as well be the fucking, you know, universe's glass of ice water. You know, it's gonna be a bunch of cold water. You know, get our polar bears out of there. We got enough resources to make them a habitat. You know, get our polar bears out of there. But yeah, don't worry about being lack of water. Be worried about lack of land.
I'd love a rack of lamb.
A rack of ram.
A rack of ram?
A rack of ram. You know that.
All right.
So I mean, again, it is very, very ignorant and irresponsible to think that we don't have an impact on our environment. You know, but it's nowhere near to what these extremists are saying. And right now, I mean, the Asians just told Greta Thunberg to suck a fucking tiny dick. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. You know, we gotta start. Just think about the ramifications of that for places that are already at a climate where their farming is already good. You know, they were supposedly taking care of their farmlands or their lands that are soaked or that get fucking, you know. And also they admitted straight up that they got a whole weather manipulation thing that they got going on, like HARP, and they're using it. So they ain't lying about nothing anymore. And you know why? Because they got America by the balls. And right now, the only country that could stop fucking China is Russia. I fucking hate to say it. Russia was the only one that had a gun as big as us. And they do not have the compassion or the empathy that the Americans have, or the loss of backbone that we got over the past few generations. And, you know, Russia is like a paid assassin. If China gives them enough money, Russia ain't gonna fuck with them. You know, it's the way it is. You know, we didn't have conflict with Russia, real conflict with Russia, because, you know, it would be a waste of money, a waste of fucking even anything. It's better, you know, if I got the world against me, even if they're not, if I feel like, you know, the world's against me, I'm gonna find the one person with a gun as big as mine, and that's going to be my friend. Fuck all these little people with these little pea shooters here and there. You know, ganged up all at once, they might get me. But me and my boy with the 2 fucking bazookas are going to take out you and your fucking 3 fucking 9mm. You know, that might just be my logic. You know, I ain't the most military strategist or whatever. But, I'm all for cutting off the head of the snake.
For sure.
You know, it's swift and clean.
Only good snake's a dead snake.
That's it. And, you know, if you can't...
And the one you put in your enemy's sleeping bag.
Because a lot of reptiles, they could grow their body parts back.
Not their head.
Exactly. You know, and I'm a firm believer in, I would rather spend $10 billion for one quick strike, and I know it's all taken care of and it'll never happen again, and then apologize afterward, than to spend trillions and trillions of dollars and God knows how many lives and soldiers over fucking years and years and years of battle to accomplish what? Some kind of treaty, some kind of regime overthrown. You see how quick today, Japan is still our peeps.
Right.
Oh, no fuck with them again.
Yeah, today. We don't have that backbone anymore. You know, we don't have that, fuck it, just wipe them the fuck out and apologize later. It ain't like we haven't rebuilt everything. It ain't like we haven't, you know... What time is it, Greg?
You still got about another 5 minutes till you're up for your 45 minutes.
So, yeah, I mean, the whole supposed, I guess, theme of the Eargasm show was how China is taking over and this and that, which is odd because, you know, they're mostly liberals and Democrats on there, and you want to know how China's taking over? Joe Biden. But even before that, you know, we talked about a couple years ago how China redid their whole military, how they have fucking G.I. Joe guns. That, you know, we're still working on a rail gun. They actually figured out how to make fucking G.I. Joe laser guns. That shit's real.
We're actually fitting I believe it's a battleship right now.
Dude,
with this massive laser cannon.
Well, that's what I was going
for. Fully
for.
Functional here shortly.
Now, China, within the past year, while everybody was, you know, fucking around and paying attention to other bullshit, America used to have the biggest, most advanced, strongest battleship. Not anymore. China got a fucking battleship that might as well be the Mall of America. And it looks like something you would see out of G.I. Joe. It looks like a Cobra, fucking something out of Cobra from the old school G.I. Joe. Not only that, but they pretty much stole the whole design of the American B-2 bomber, you know, our stealth fighter. And theirs looks like a spaceship, but I guess it is totally like it's 10 times more advanced than the American one. Within the past year. Like, and before, you know, they used to keep shit like this hush hush. They're being arrogant enough, like, fuck it, we could do it now. You know, we got you by the balls. Look what the fuck we got. They're talking about microwave weapons. Like, shit that was conspiracy theories here, you know, in America since, you know, the 60s and 70s, Vietnam. You know, America was developing that. Well, Chinese took that shit and made it real. You know, the Chinese made all these cartoons that we were bringing up real. Now, America got some shit. You know, I've seen some, you know, the military things that go on. But you gotta also think of this. That real high-tech shit, there isn't, like, America got this robot. It's almost like a dog, but it carries all kind of weaponry and shit like that. Plus, it has a machine gun turret. Some shit you would think you'd see on G.I. Joe. Now, how many of those do you think are actually deployed? How many of those do you think are actually doing what the fuck they were meant to do? No, because one of those costs just as much as one of them jets. And one of those aren't taking out a whole fucking country. You know, nice, it's cute, but, you know, just like the Iron Man armor.
America likes their drones.
You know, America has Iron Man armor. Like, our soldiers, they developed it. It has some kind of, it's not nanotech, but it's some kind of weird metal that it almost liquefies when it gets hit, and then it goes back together. So it takes the hit, and if anything happened to get through and injures the person, you know, you get a readout of what's wrong, and there's like certain shit that kind of heals you a little bit or whatever. But it all seems fake as fuck. I looked it up. The shit is real. But honestly, how many of our soldiers right now have that shit on?
You have enough body armor to put on these motherfuckers.
Yo, so we may have all this shit, but it's like, you know, that real pretty gun that you got handed down from wherever, and you're like, fuck that. I'm gonna put this over my fucking mantle. And it's gonna sit there, and I'm gonna dust it and keep it pretty. And
Henry Golden Boy sitting above the fireplace, but
and
you're
I'm gonna
out
tell
shooting
everybody
the
that I got it.
Right.
And with that being said, we're gonna take our break. We'll be back in about 15,
We're
20.
gonna break y'all. We on.
And we are back. All right, so we're gonna switch this up off the politics shit. I heard about this site back in the day. Never really got to look too much through it, but it's a very reputable site. It pretty much takes all the declassified documents and UFO case files from all over the U.S. It might even be all over the world. It's called the Black Vault. If you guys want to check it out, I just hit the Google fucking little microphone thing and said Black Vault, and it came up. I was actually hoping for maybe some porn, but hey.
What the fuck?
It happens like that sometimes.
Welcome to Wednesday.
So, what do you want to go by? Some declassified documents or some UFO shits? Because this is, now, mind you.
Isn't that the same thing?
No, because
No.
declassified documents can be about any topic.
Yeah.
That they may have had classified documents about.
Yeah, it could be anything
Not
from
specifically UFOs.
biological
it could be
shit
UFOs,
to taking over a
but
regime
it could
or
be
something.
Anything. Well, just hit the declassified documents and see what's there.
There's a lot more declassified than there are UFOs. That's fucked up. Now, these are archived. I'm not sure when it is updated. But let's see.
Sure smells funky.
We got the Central Intelligence Agency's UFO collection, the FBI, paranormal. Yeah, let's check out paranormal. We always talk about UFOs. Let's talk about ghosts. Let's see what the government has to say about ghosts. The heading of this says these files were related and obtained by the FBI, all in relation to the paranormal. Many of the files are broken into different parts for easier downloading. Simply click on a file, number 1, links to download each file segment. So we got George Adamansky. This is 1891. No, let's find something newer. Jesus Christ. 1916. 09.
I hate bringing up shit 130 some years old.
Yeah, you ever notice when ghosts or you catch a haunting or some shit like that? It's from like back in the 1800s or back fucking way back. There ain't no newer ghosts. Like there ain't no gangbangers in one of these fucking trap houses that are abandoned that's just haunting that house.
I think gangbanger.
Or a crackhead that OD'd in the house and is still there. No, it's this little girl from the 1800s that died of polio, and her dad shot himself.
Died of dysentery.
Yeah.
Diarrhea killed her.
Let's see, we got animal and cattle mutilations. 18. God. See, she looks fucking Sylvia Brown. Huh. I don't know if anybody remember her. She was like one of those, supposedly she talks to ghosts and she had like a television show and all that shit. Almost like the White Miss Cleo, I guess. It says the FBI file consists of investigations into Brown for embezzlement and bank fraud. It was determined that Brown falsified financial records to obtain $1 million in loans. And according to the FBI, lived an extravagant lifestyle. But she was talking to your grandpa. Your grandpa said to go and fake these paperworks and everything. Or get this loan in a dead person's name. It was all, you know how many people fucking believed it? People that I know personally that believed in that fucking chick. And literally she was like a white Miss Cleo. Remember we had like a whole it was like a whole summer, maybe even almost a whole year, that it was all about these so-called psychics that, they had a whole room full or a whole audience full of people and Bob is talking to me. Anybody know Bob? Yes, Bob says hi and that he loves you. Were you guys on some kind of baseball team? Yeah. He said, don't forget the baseball team. It was just like that, man. I mean, at least Miss Cleo made it fanciful enough where, you might call just to see, I'm going to listen, see what this bitch is. But she actually had people believe in her. Like, oh my God, man, one of my dudes fucking believe. No, Mom, Mark, she's real. No, that bitch is not real deal. You know why? Because if she was, she wouldn't be on TV. Because she wouldn't be doing that shit at all. Ridiculous.
That's why I like that TV show Psych. Because he fools everybody that he's a psychic, and all he does is he's able to just pay attention to every detail and have a photographic memory.
Right.
That shit cracks me up.
Yeah.
Because people have tells that if
I
you
love that
understand
show.
it, you know, or like Lie to Me, that show, you know, they can tell by your face if you're lying. That shit's cool.
Yes.
But as far as most people out there who claim to be able to talk to ghosts, I'm not truly buying it. I think most of them are bullshit.
I believe there is people out there that can, but the ones that you see, no, I really don't believe none
You
of
can
them
sense
are.
spirits, and you can, you know, I don't know about sitting down and having a conversation with them.
I've had experiences where I say, you know what? I got to believe in some kind of spirits. Just got to. But, yeah, like, I don't know, summoning a specific person to have a sit-down powwow with them, and I don't know.
See,
I mean, I guess there are people that have that ability if like ghosts and shit exist. I guess there's got to be some kind of mediums or something. But I don't believe the vast majority are really. If you got a roadside stand with neon lights, that you're a psychic. I'm not coming into your boutique.
Booty Q.
Booty cute.
like, who is it? Captain Spaulding. His little roadside fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, see, I don't see it more. And this goes back to the conversation we had a long time ago. It was all of us upstairs. And we talked about heaven, and we talked about what happens when you cross over and this and that. It was the night, like, Joyce, for the first time, like, freaked out on me. But, I don't, especially because of that conversation,
For the first time.
I can't believe in the spiritual aspect of it. But because of what science has brought up, and because of what technology has brought up, it is more likely, especially in my eyes, that it isn't so much spiritual as it interdimensional. So it goes back into, we are just, pilots, our consciousness or whatever you want to call it, are just driving these bodies. And when these bodies die, we go to a different dimension. Now, how or what determines that different dimension, I don't know. But we've already proven, especially through quantum computers, that we can breach other dimensions, that we can get information from other dimensions. That's exactly what a quantum computer is. They don't know which dimension or what dimension, of course, because it just started like a few years ago, but they do know they're ripping tiny holes into these other dimensions.
So, wait a minute. So what you're telling me is that they know there's another dimension out there,
More than one, yeah.
and it's only through computer-based
We have another
shit?
pack, right?
Well, now,
I don't
right
need
now,
to-
like,
yeah,
the
no.
use of the other dimensions now is in computer-based stuff.
Okay, so here is my thing.
I'm probably a pretty much
Who is to say that there is not a hacker out there doing all these programs and all this stupid shit for these people to find?
Nothing at all.
Right, we don't know.
Right, but-
I'm probably a close to leading expert on the fifth dimension because I've seen Buckaroo Banzai probably a billion times.
Jesus Christ.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Talking about different dimensions. You ever seen
But I
Buckaroo
mean,
Banzai?
we
No.
actually,
Fifth dimension?
you don't remember, we actually all talked about this quite
Yeah.
some time ago.
Yeah.
But, you know,
And I'm still in the same situation I was back then.
I'm at
Well,
the feeling,
opinion.
we already proved there's other dimensions. So that's maybe, that's where our consciousness goes and it gets separated like that. I mean, there was and I hate to fucking go to the reptilian thing.
Maybe
But-
we are just, at the end of the day, maybe we are just completely physical, carbon-based, organic creatures, just like any other animal, and even down to the most basic single-cell organism, that when we die, that is just it. There is no other motherfucking thing. There's nothing inside us but, our guts. That's a possibility. I'm not
Yes,
saying that's
it
what I
is. That is
believe.
a very
I'm
good
saying that's
possibility.
just as possible. It's just as plausible as, having a soul that goes to a heaven or hell, having a spirit that goes to an energy field,
Right.
or having this altered whatever that goes to another dimension. There could just be dick. You just dead nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So, my worst fear is that basically when your body dies, you kind of stay with it. So,
You're like trapped wherever you're at, wherever
Right.
your body goes.
Right,
Like, you're
so
just
you're
laying
in the
there asleep,
funeral,
but
yeah.
It's like one of those dreams where you can see and hear, but you're
you
asleep.
can't do a damn thing.
And you're just laying in that casket,
Right.
buried, and
Now
listening to a mow the grass and shit.
all these people and fighting and arguing over what Jesus is doing and everything. Imagine if that's what life is. That once you die, you stay with your body and you get buried in the ground and you can't do nothing. So when the earthworms come and eat you and all that shit,
Fuck that.
you understand what I'm saying?
You make me-
Maybe that's the whole deal, and there is nobody to actually fucking prove it because unless we go down and
Yeah,
you know,
it ain't like you
Right,
know,
no,
like
you're
people who
absolutely
claim
right.
that they can't, that they do
It
prove it.
completely
You know,
could be.
right?
Fuck it, we could reincarnate. We like truly just. There's no way to actually fucking prove.
What the fuck is gonna happen?
And I
Right.
mean, like I was saying, there's these people out here. There's a good amount of people that claim that they died and they saw something and came back. But if you do, especially if you're a stoner, if you do your research, your
coma
pineal
patients.
gland, when your body gets to a certain point, your brain, your pineal gland especially, releases DMT, which is a fucking hallucinogen. And that's when people see whatever the fuck, right before they die. They see the light, they see the angels, they see the, fire or whatever. Now, I always had a problem with that theory because, how long it would last to be able to see all this shit and then somebody bring you back or whatever. But now, the technology and science says, and this goes back to what you were just saying, Greg, your brain function, your whole everything there, after your body dies, after everything is dead, even after you're embalmed or whatever, your fucking brain still is alive and still takes in information for 7 days after you are fucking dead.
Alright, so
That is fucking horrible. That is exactly what you're saying. That is, you get to see a motherfucker stick a giant embalming needle in you if that's the way you choose.
Right. Or
Dude.
y'all get caught on motherfucking fire, then what the fuck happens to you? Once you get lit on fire, get burned up, then what the fuck happens? You know what I mean? But again,
Burn dead.
fucking
the mindset has to go somewhere. That's all I'm saying. The mindset has to go somewhere. I'm sorry, but I don't believe in this blank shit. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure. I mean, the closest thing I could say to a belief for after is the whole dimensional thing.
We've had this conversation before, and my personal belief on it is, for the majority of people, and science and psychology back this up, that most people, like of the entire Earth, most people, the majority, believe in some kind of either guiding force or higher power or ultimate energy, or you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, so for lack of better terms,
Everybody needs hope.
right. And so what I think, except for extremists, again, I'm talking the majority, the majority of people.
Everybody
Whether
needs
you're
hope.
Catholic, Protestant, Lutheran, Jewish, Apostolic, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever religion you pick, even spiritualists that don't subscribe to a religion. All that is at the end of the day, everybody's got that need to have that
Hope.
So it's people gravitate towards how their brain can process it and what makes sense to them.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if there is something, if there is just that one thing, everybody's just trying to find their way to that one thing. And then I think along the way, extremists and humans just in general like to make things favor themselves when they have the ability to control things, and that's where a lot of religions have gotten.
Well, that's what, I had an
picked out.
argument for the longest time. What is the one thing in the Bible that you get punished more for, that you get looked down upon more for, that you get... I mean, it's above fucking murder, it's above theft, it's above... You know what you get punished
Have
for?
no other gods before me.
Knowledge. The truth. Adam and Eve got kicked out of the fucking Garden of Eden.
I thought you were going
from
with
eating
the
from
actual
the fruit.
Levitical list, but I get where you're going here, and you're right.
Everything. Anybody who sought out more knowledge than the knowledge that was prescribed.
Right, you can eat from the tree of life, the fruit of the tree of life, and live forever.
Right, but you can't
Don't
eat
you dare eat
of knowledge.
Of knowledge.
Now, I figured out why that is. It took me a long time to figure this out. No. It's for exactly what you guys were talking about. I sought out that road, and I lost any bit of real faith that I ever had. I lost any real bit of any kind of God or higher power that I ever had. Even in the whole witchcraft thing. When I had my stint with that. And I believe that's why... because I don't believe in that book. That book was plagiarized. But one of the rules that they kind of implied on that, with that whole knowledge thing was, or not to, when you gain that knowledge, when you gain that, when you lose everything, when you lose your God, that's a shitty feeling. That's a shitty way to wake up in the morning. So, whether you believe in Allah, whether you believe in Yahweh, whether you believe in Jehovah, whether you believe in Buddha or whoever the fuck you believe in, that is your faith. To destroy that in somebody, and like I said, this took me a long time to learn this because I've done it to people. When you destroy somebody's faith, that's fucked up. That's real fucked up. So I'm a firm believer that if you believe in it, then you believe in it. My belief is the interdimensional thing. At least that's what I kind of put forth or whatever. But I will never try to push any more of that, unless you provoke me. You start provoking me or start poking the fucking bear, then, I might snatch you off your fucking wagon. But aside from that, I don't know.
It sounded like
I'm
fighting
smart.
words.
I'll give you an example.
I have to look.
When I used to work out in Boardman, I worked at this coil. I used to bend metal coils, and they hired this dude in.
That made perfect sense for Bender.
He was They hired this dude in, and he was a born again whatever the fuck, and he was just one of them holier than thou type people. But we didn't knock him. Hey, whatever you believe, you believe. Well, the one day, lunch break, me and the dude Jesse, we used to go outside, smoke a joint, and fucking listen to Rush Limbaugh. Well, the dude walked past us, and with the smuggest of the "I'm better than you" attitude, "I'll pray for you guys." What? Excuse me? Now you're better than me?
Yeah, you know
you're-
what's weird to me is that a lot of religions that proselytizing, or like speaking in the workplace or door knocking or whatever, they don't like.
He just
They don't
smooshed
have,
me, man.
but they don't have people. They don't have real. They don't have like real people skills. Like I've sat in services and been a part of churches where you could tell how people felt about people who weren't.
Yeah, but
Strict
he
acting
was an
strict
alcoholic
acting members,
before
right.
he was a born
Strict
again. So
act-
you
I
had to
know.
have some kind of social
No,
skills.
that's what I know. But what I'm saying
You were
is
drunk.
What I'm saying is they get in and they get just bombarded with this,
Brainwashing.
legalism of their religion, and it becomes such a stigma to them when people don't adhere to it. And what they lack is you hear them read it out of the Bible, but you don't see them. Jesus sat and, like, if you're going to subscribe to that and you're going to walk that path, and I'm going to be like Jesus, he sat and ate with sinners.
Yep.
He didn't sit and judge them
Fuck
while he was
hookers.
in their house. Like,
That we'd
the
be real
apostles
about it.
were told,
Yeah.
like,
He was a good guy, but he
eat what
fucked
they
hookers.
serve you, even if it's spoiled meat. Pray over it and eat it. Your body will be fine.
No, about
No,
all
I'm
that.
just saying.
I'll go with
I'm
all
saying
law
their-
on that one.
No, but I'm saying their social etiquette,
I get what you're saying.
the way that they interacted with people that weren't of their religion was totally opposite to how people of religion interact with other people today. It's the exact opposite.
I feel honestly, like I said, that I try not to be that.
Religion's
and that
done its
was
best
even
to actually try and kill God.
who what?
Religion has done its best to try and kill
Oh
God.
yeah. Spirituality is one thing. Religion is control. With this dude, like I said, he smooched me to the point. It was the attitude. If he would have came at me a different way, because I've had plenty of people say, "I'll pray for you," and it wasn't in a shitty way.
Right.
He was definitely looking down on me. So by the end of the week, he was drinking again. By the end of the week, he was, and I'm not gonna lie, that right there was like the defining moment where I knew I could take somebody's God from them. And I did that to quite a few people. I used to get real joy out of it, but then I realized, that's a shitty thing to do after I sat back and looked at it. So,
I mean, if they really have one, if they really have it, then you can't.
Oh,
But
yeah,
it's the
you
people
can.
that come across like that
That's what I'm
that
saying.
don't
Like,
really have
right
it.
here, I've done a lot of messed up stuff. I ain't gonna lie, but there's nothing you could say that would break me from my love for God or my understanding or knowledge for God. There's nothing you could say.
You know how many people I've heard say that? Please don't do it. Please don't do it.
Marco,
Do you know how many times your mom has fucking wanted to choke me?
Listen, you know what I miss?
because he won't give it up.
The no religion
I'ma
and no
choke you too.
politics
What?
rule.
What?
I said, you know what I miss? The no religion and no politics rule. That's old school. Like,
While we've been talking about this, I downloaded, I guess they have declassified shit on the human trafficking and Pizzagate thing. I have, now mind you, we did look into paranormal, right? That's what we were looking into. It wasn't UFO, it was supposedly paranormal. It sure as fuck wasn't human trafficking. So I don't know why human trafficking is under paranormal. But, that shit is real! Holy fuck! Like, where'd it go? Dude, I feel like it just erased my fucking download. Just
It went away.
374 pages and everything just went blank.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
It says explanation of exemptions. Dude, this. Holy fuck. They give all the different pages. I guess they have different codes or whatever on different pages. I don't know what that's about. I never looked into these. But I was just, wow. Oh, here it goes. I guess I gotta wait for it to load. Alright. That kind of freaked me out. So, Jared, I was just making a point of this too. Like when I started looking into this Black Vault, we went over to Declassified and I looked up paranormal, correct?
Yeah.
So tell me why the Pizzagate human trafficking thing is under paranormal. I downloaded the file. It's 374 pages. I'm just starting to get past like the whole numbers and all that shit. But here's one. It says supervisor, special agent, and they got his name blocked out. Squad C4, Washington Metropolitan Field Office. Miami, something super. It's just telling the people who look. These are the cops that were on the whole thing or investigating.
These reports. I mean, honestly, you would have to read ahead of time because the details that you want are usually buried.
Well, listen to this. FBI facsimile, and it says the cop's name. We don't need that. Telephone call with WMPFO. The Department of Justice has requested the FBI to conduct a preliminary inquiry into allegations made by, and it's redacted, concerning child sexual abuse by a group known as the Finders, and what role, if any, was played by the United States intelligence community. What the fuck? I ain't never even heard of the Finders. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. That's like that was like a reality kick in the nuts. And the intelligence community, so that means and don't say it's because I'm a Trump supporter, but everybody pretty much Trump started fucking like kicking out and firing, you know, in the intelligence community and all them other people. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He's putting his own folks in. It was that just y'all think about it. By separate communications, the WFMO will be provided available documentations. Also possess documents concealing Finders, which is to be obtained by the WFMO. Following information is being provided as a background into this matter. It's got a big line. It said in 87. So this was going on back in 87. There's a whole damn near paragraph redacted and it says we're convicted of sexually abusing children. One of the children who attended the school during the time of the alleged sexual abuse was and it's redacted, doing business as, it's redacted again, after the imposition of a prison sentence on both. There is a lot of redactions in this shit, which is, you know, understandable. It's government shit. Dude, like, subsequently redacted has attempted to interest congressional members, and in his efforts to enhance efforts in the area of child sexual abuse and investigating claims of organized sexual abuse. So that just in them few paragraphs that I went over, it sounds like somebody came across this shit and took it to the highest level, and they pretty much kicked him around. It was like following one of them rabbit holes. And if this has something to do with Pizzagate, then that shit is, been going on forever. Because that wasn't even 10 years ago. I'm going to have to read this whole fucking download. I would really like to know why or how that has anything to do with paranormal. Now, I've heard of different theories and different shit that like Hillary Clinton was doing like some torturous, like satanic shit. It was actually like a video of her and it was a news lady. Like they were both wherever, and they had this little girl and they were torturing her for some ritual. But the evidence, it's like a Bigfoot sighting. You get that grainy footage, you get that, maybe this or that. So you can't even use that as any kind of evidence. I just find it weird that, with all those conspiracy theories on the satanic shit, that this is put under paranormal. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
I think you at your break time.
I think people have changed paranormal to be just anything they don't understand.
Paranormal, spiritual,
Right.
So
satanic.
just lump it in there because they don't understand it.
See, I look at paranormal as anything that is like
ghost and haunting.
Yeah, shit like that. And that could bleed into occult or satanic shit. But you don't see any, except back in the day with Aleister Crowley and NASA and shit. You don't see really too much satanic shit crossing over into the technological type deals, You don't have no laser beam for Satan.
Maybe you do.
Not, it might be doing the bidding according to some people, but hey. We're going to take a break. We'll be back and we'll figure out some other bullshit to end this up with.
Right.
That got somber real quick.
What the fuck are you doing?
I know you've been with a lot of guys, and it felt like something's missing, 80% of the time, statistically speaking. But I got a little bit more than you're used to, something I've been keeping under wraps, 'cause I'm the whole package, baby, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Saturday night, hopping out the Uber, got my charm, good looks, and a sense of humor. Black button-up shirt, splash of cologne, clubs packed, DJ spinning Post Malone. See a honey by the bar in a skin-tight dress, throw a couple of shapes, and she seems impressed. Touch her arm just a little, can I buy you a drink? Make eye contact as our glasses clink. She's playing with her hair and she laughs at my jokes. So I order us another 2 Bacardi and Coke. Now her hand's on my knee and she's stroking my thigh. She says she's never been with a British guy. It's the moment that I fear, don't know how she'll react. Compared to other boys, I'm a little more intact. So I whisper in her ear, don't be surprised, but I'm 100% uncircumcised. Foreskin, I've got a foreskin. Just a heads up, baby, it's a warning. I wanna make sure, cause I've been burned before. When I show them my foreskin, they show me the door. Girl, I hope you've got an open mind, cause my dick's just like God designed. I've got a foreskin. Girl, let me be blunt, there'll be a little bit more going into your. Continuing on in the hunt for a lady who will make my shaft stand up like Slim Shady. Head home with a hottie from the discotheque. Feel lucky cause she's wearing a turtleneck. Start fumbling before we're even in my condo. Hope she doesn't mind that my dong's wearing a poncho. So I tell her, before we get hot and heavy, I'm hooded like a monk in a monastery. She doesn't understand, but I soldier on. When we fuck, girl, I don't need lotion on. My natural state has been preserved. Cock like a featherless baby bird. So once the love train has disembarked, you're going to come face to face with a pink aardvark. What I'm saying, girl, don't be traumatized. I'm 100% uncircumcised. Foreskin, I've got a foreskin. It's kinda like my prick's got an awning. I know a lot of Jewish guys get the snip. Tell the rabbi, thanks guy, you can keep the tip. I just tell it how it is, no need for debate. And I know that I'm at a higher risk for AIDS. I've got a foreskin, flapping like a kite in the breeze. And I frequently clean it, so there's never any cheesy smiles on my wedding day. And I won't let this one get away. Every other girl left, I was so afraid that we never had sex, I said I'd wait. So we stand in the chapel, in front of the priest. And I lean in, trying to be discreet. And right at the moment I should say I do, I'm like, babe, there's a secret I must tell you. Suddenly you scream, we all turn around. Outside there's a building burning down. I push through the crowd as the fire roars. There's a woman at a window on the very top floor, crying and screaming like a crazy lady, shouting out, somebody please save my baby. I'll catch him, I replied. I'm 100% uncircumcised. Foreskin, I've got a foreskin. So I stretched it out and then caught him. The most marvelous sight that you've ever seen. Turned my pork and beans into a trampoline. Everybody cheers, I'm the hero. The men told me they wished theirs could regrow. Thanks to my foreskin, the child survived. Though sadly the woman in the fire died. Foreskin, I've got a foreskin. So soft that the kids start snoring. Foreskin, I've got a foreskin. And now I've got to raise this orphan. Foreskin, I've got a foreskin. In a few months he'll start crawling. Foreskin, I've got a foreskin. He's a Jew, that's a fact I'm ignoring.
Yeah, we are back.
We on?
Oh my god. That is for the uncircumcised folks out there.
Did they hear it?
I hope so.
Oh, okay.
But it was for them.
Did it? Yeah, they heard it. Shit.
If not, they'll hear it tomorrow.
Oh, dude. I still don't. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, but I guess, you know, some people might have that kind of fetish or whatever, because I like chicks with big lips. There's a topic. We'll end up with, you know, we ain't going to go into, because I guess the last topic depressed everybody and we already hit politics, so we'll hit something fucked up. What is, like, the weird shit that kind of fucking rose your boat? Like, of all the shit that turns you on, what's the weirdest shit?
I don't know if I got anything weird, though.
Well, I found out that a lot of shit that I do that's normal, just the normal shit or the boring shit to me is weird to a lot of people. Are like, oh my god.
Maybe that's why I can't really think of anything like... But I don't, like, concern my...
Like, here's an example. Like, when I first started doing the whole eargasm shows, they had a panel. It was a few of the guys that are there all the time, and there was a few of the girls. And it blew all their minds that, like, I eat pussy. Or that I eat pussy, like, every time I fuck. It was like, you know, to the women, it was like a treat. Like, you know, they get it every once in a while. Like, you know, ooh, look at that fucking cheesecake. You know, some shit like that. And for the guys, they're like, oh my god, you eat pussy?
Yeah, you do realize we're on the era of eating ass. We're beyond all that, right?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm like, what the, like, they thought that was some big shit. Like, huh? Really?
Do they not have the energy?
Yeah.
Do they not?
I mean, that's like a given. You know, unless you're stinky, you know.
Well, maybe that's why.
Well, and there's a particular kind of stinky. You know, if you're bad stinky, that's one thing. But if you're like a hot, sweaty...
You could have been at work all day, and that's
yeah,
cool.
that's different.
You could have even worked out.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a
that's
different...
cool.
The
Maybe
hot, sweaty, stinky is okay, but the badge, like, some ain't right stinky, that's not... That's no.
Maybe you need to reevaluate your friends.
At least the ones that you're eating their vagina.
Right.
So your vagina-eating friends...
Oh, I don't eat on that stinky pussy. Yeah, nope, no. Always do the dip and sniff. Always.
Always.
Always do the dip and
Earwax
sniff.
test. You gotta do the earwax test.
The earwax test?
Yeah. Old buddy of mine, he said he picked this up when he was in the Army. You do a little earwax, and you get it in there, and I guess the acidity or whatever their stuff in the earwax, that if they're, I'm sure it's not an indicator for all things, but if they have, if it
Look,
causes
Joyce
pain or
is like,
discomfort
all
or
these years I
something.
done had a yeast infection. What the fuck? It's because your dirty ass ears was all over
Right?
my clit.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, once you have an established territory, I don't think you have to keep sweeping for mines.
You're like pomade in the fucking clit. Can you imagine, like, back in the era of the Bush? She was always wondering why that one part was always slicked back.
Maybe that might be one thing for me. I kind of like a bush.
I'll go retro every once in a while.
Now, I like a bush, not a jungle.
Yeah, I done seen chicks bushes that were so it looked like they were wearing panties.
There's a difference.
That a chick that's wearing a hair panty, look.
Like I like it. You know, little more than a fairway, but less than a rough. You know what I mean? Kind of in between. That's how I like it. I prefer it that way.
Oh, that's funny. That was funny. That was good. That was good.
Like the one thing I have found though,
More than a rugby
the girls that do
baseball
have
field.
the like fur fucking panties going on there, those are the ones that are usually like they stay in the crib, they ain't fucking too many people, they you know that pussy's actually decent. You just gotta trim it up.
You gotta find it.
Yeah, you gotta look.
It's like El Dorado.
Stop. Wait a minute.
Like Eldorado.
Retro and
There's some gold in there, but
yeah.
you gotta find the entrance first.
You know, I'm not trying. You get poked in the booty like that.
Well, damn.
It's the cave I can find.
Yeah, that's it.
Any port in a storm.
I couldn't find the front door, so I took
And
the
the bad
chimney.
thing is, I done met a few girls
Call me
like that.
Santa Claus.
And that's terrible. It's terrible. You know, the pussy was good
Yeah.
after you shaved it down, but you know that's like saying that the sheep's meat was good after you shaved the wool off. Why you gotta have a pair of Uggs out of that? You know, terrible. So like, I've been through so much shit that I don't even know what. Like half the time, I don't even know what turns me on anymore. You know, porn has become obsolete to me. You know, there has not been any porn. I mean, I've watched everything from disabled, like mentally and physically, to animals to.
So we'll just say from illegal to legal.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I want to
Yeah,
be
we
able
don't-
to
we
maintain
don't-
plausible deniability here.
Yeah,
I
we
do not
don't.
want
We
to hear
don't.
anymore.
We don't need.
Yeah. So I mean, I have no idea anymore. Yeah, I guess the best performances I've ever given was in front of a crowd, but I don't even think that's a turn on. You know, that's just me being a fucking ham or a fucking attention whore.
I'm going with whore. Oh, you said attention. I'm sorry.
Same difference.
Right.
So I mean,
It literally is.
Why do you think I said it?
so what about you, Joyce? Like, we all know there's a bunch of stuff that turns
There's
people on, but
there's
what do you
specific
think
things
is?
that turn me on, but I don't think any of them are weird.
Yeah, that's what do you think is like the weirdest thing that, or oddball, whatever. Now, mind you, don't consider us as your audience. Consider everybody else, because we don't. I watch octopuses come out of a pussy. So
All right. So in other words, what Margo says is, I'm gonna start the bus. I'm gonna put the brick on the pedal, and then throw you under it before I put it in gear.
No, 'cause Jared said a bush. I said I have no idea. I guess
Jared's
putting on
face
a show.
is a bush.
I like bigger girls who are like a certain size, Belly.
See, I don't discriminate. I
I don't
a
either,
preference.
but see, that's
I got
just
a
what I'm
preference,
saying.
but
I got a
it-
preference, but then there'll be what's weird is I don't think it's weird, but like then there will be something specific about like someone that's not like if you're watching porn, someone that's not in your normal realm, but there's.
Well, I
just
guess I
something.
got one. A handicapped girl. Just like, especially like a paraplegic.
Jenny Crane.
You start going at it, their legs look like nunchucks going back and forth, like.
Hell no.
It was midget with him.
I don't know.
Jenny Crane?
Have you ever fucked a paraplegic?
No. But I've had
Ask him
sex
if he
with a
wants
one-arm
to.
girl.
Ask him
and I got
if
a
he
hand
wants
job
to.
from a one-arm girl.
Ask him if he wants
You
to.
want to
Ask
fuck
him.
a paraplegic?
Yeah. Just to say I did it. Just to say I did it.
Oh my god.
Dude, the one-armed girl I used to fuck, her nickname was Nemo. I used to even buy her Nemo stuff for her birthday, like Christmas and shit. You know why?
Wait.
Because Nemo has
Wait.
that one little magic flipper. I'm just
little
being
short.
real.
I think super chiseled guys are not attractive. When everybody was going crazy over what is
Not
that
dad
guy?
bods are in, man.
Jason Momoa, like the Aquaman, I never that was not
Well,
attractive
see, there was
to
a
me.
combination on that dude. I mean, that dude, it was like, no lie. Hollywood took a fucking tall, tan dude. They fucking buffed him out, which, most females like. And then, because of the sign of the times, the beard. So he has the beard, but he still had that long, heavy metalish fucking hair.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan
that
of
appealed
long
to
hair
the other
either.
shit. So it was if you look at Jason Momoa, he was a product of Hollywood.
Well, it's like honestly, we were talking about this. I was talking about this with some of my adult children because the name popped up in a conversation. Shit, what's that porn chick's name?
Shut up.
No. The
Syphilis.
no.
It's bad.
What
We know the poor
ethnicity
chicks
does she
by.
come from?
Does she
the
shoot
Arab
eggs out
girl.
of Percy?
Mia Khalifa.
Mia Khalifa.
Wiz
welcome.
Khalifa?
Everybody
You
like
deserve that.
Did you say
everybody
Wiz
went
Khalifa?
nuts over this chick,
I say
right?
Mia Khalifa.
Like she's like one of the most popular on Pornhub, like super mega porn star. I
See, I
can't
like
find a
amateurs.
single goddamn thing attractive about this broad. Like nothing about her does anything for me. I don't get it. I don't get why everybody's
That's like the I couldn't even rub one out to the Hilton tape. Or
No.
the fucking Kardashian tape.
No.
You
But
know
Danny
who gave
Daniels?
a good?
I don't know.
You want to know who gave a good performance in the fucking Kardashian tape? Ray J. Ray J was the Ray J gave the performance there. He should have got all the fucking the clothesline and all that shit. No, Ray J's back with Monica, running their mouth with that other fat chick about how Hollywood fucked him over. But
Ray J's still alive? Damn.
yeah, Ray J's still alive. See? And so is his sister Monica. Monica was hot. But Monica crossed the wrong people. She was becoming the prettiest black girl. They didn't like that. There was too many people ahead of her. So they pretty much kicked her down like Aaliyah and the rest of them.
I got a thing for noses. That's not a big surprise for most people,
Well, people that know you.
right?
Not me.
See,
She talks about her nose fetish all the time.
nose?
Nose.
What kind of nose do you like?
I like the thin, like a little bit turned up nose.
What the fuck?
The thin little.
So pretty much what she's
Okay.
saying is
The Kevin
she
Bacon.
wants to be able to have a nose at her
The-
clit while a tongue is in her hole.
But she got that's a thing for noses
Well, the other
on
way
chicks.
The,
Oh,
Kevin
I mean,
Bacon.
you know, you flip
The
it.
Kevin Bacon.
That's a thing for noses on chicks, though, just to
Now
make
if
the
they had a long
differentiation.
chin,
Yeah.
then that's a triple up.
It's the Kevin
Oh,
Bacon
no.
from American Dad. When Roger turns his knee and doing
Yeah.
yeah, Kevin Bacon. I'm telling you.
That's fucked up.
Sorry, I come out of the woodwork.
It's typically though, it's like that typical, like the real redhead that's freckly. Most of them have that real, and it's a little turned uppy.
Yeah.
No. Not at all. Now, what's fucked
I got a
up...
thing for pink, blue, and green hair.
See, I don't think any of that is weird.
See, I don't either. That's what I'm saying. You asked me weird, and I'm trying to search weird, and height is a determination
I
for me.
think this is weird. This might be different than anybody else.
I don't want
Like,
to
I'm
be any
very-
taller than about here.
I'm
Yeah, I
very
was about to say
shallow,
anything over like
and I will
5'10", I classify you as a male.
Ugh.
Nose. I'm only talking about nose.
Yeah, I'm looking at her nose.
BC.
It's adorable.
That's adorable.
That's not
See,
a good representation of what you usually like.
I'm very shallow.
Oh,
You know,
okay, I got
I
one.
will
Hold
pick,
on.
like, especially if I got a good buzz, I will pick somebody apart. But if somebody got a brain, if somebody can hold a
It's a
conversation,
fucking
and
lawyer
not
show.
an asshole, I
The daughter
like,
comes to live with
went
him.
home. I could have went home with a lot, I guess, better looking girls in my
She's
day.
in Flash also.
Looks wise, if I'd have just went that route, but I picked shit apart here and there. But if I could talk to somebody, or if I could at least hold a conversation, like there was one chick, she was like damn near 400 pounds that I slept with, but she was one of the coolest people in the world. If I could have fucked her brain, I'd have fucked her brain. And everybody dogged the shit out of her.
How would
So,
that work?
How would what work?
Fucking a brain. That takes me to
It'd be
the.
gooey, I bet.
That takes me to the
Bet you'd be
retard fucking
wet.
a football.
No,
Right.
because the brain has folds and it's split in the middle.
Well, hey, I'll be honest. Listen, because
The
So does
medulla
it
would fucking
deflated
wrap around your balls.
football?
But I'm talking a brain fucking a brain.
a
So,
long time ago in a galaxy far, far away,
space
a lifetime ago,
Watch out.
I
You better watch your
had an
way.
opportunity, and
Anything can and will be used against you in a
no,
court of
no,
life.
this was a conversation, and I had an opportunity to hook up with somebody, and I said I couldn't do it, and my partner at the time said, "Why not?" I said, "Because she's dumber than a box of rocks," and she goes, "What are you gonna play a fucking game of chess with her?" I'm like, I can't even stand to talk to this person.
Oh my god.
There's no fucking way in hell.
Dude.
So I get it.
Yeah, I had. There was this
I get
chick,
it.
Like, I liked
Like,
her
it was
for
just,
the
no,
longest
it was
time.
just, no, don't even talk to me anymore.
Like, I liked her for the longest time, and on the surface, the few times I did get to talk to her, it was cool, but it wasn't like a whole conversation or nothing. When I finally got her home, when I finally got her to the house, after all the work was done, and I had a whole conversation, and luckily it was after we had sex.
Like, I gotta
Oh
go,
my
like,
god! Oh my god! Like if we'd have had that same conversation, and it was nothing deep or nothing, off the wall. But if we'd have had that same conversation before, like my dick would have hid somewhere in my
Dude,
colon.
my decision was made in the first beer conversation.
I didn't get that. It was. Shit happens. I happened to have one of the girls that I always wanted to, chill with. I would actually fucking, try to kick it with her. I liked her that much just for surface. Don't judge a book by its cover, motherfuckers.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
some things that are better as a fantasy.
Yeah, yep. No,
Because
no,
the experience
sex
will
was decent,
absolutely
but
never
I could never be
live
with,
up
you know,
to
I want to smack the
what
shit
you-
out of her.
What in your mind you're thinking it would be. It just so don't just leave it there.
Like the overly,
There's nothing wrong with people having fantasies.
Yeah. I can't stand.
There's right ways
the
and wrong ways to
overly-
handle them, but there's nothing wrong with having them.
The overly ghetto, oh my god, terrible. Because I actually like that girl. I really, really did.
Oh yeah, they overly get it. Just don't even talk to me.
Oh, dude.
Don't
now
even
there's
talk to
been
me.
plenty of chicks that were, not the prettiest pups in the litter, but we sat and we had conversations forever, and oh no, what about it? That my dick gets on. Yeah. I didn't. I couldn't. I had my chance to fuck plenty of 10s, and I gave them up to fuck a lot of 4s, 5s, 3s, but those were real people. They were cool. I never really I could go to a strip club and be like, yeah.
The quote 10s, been there and has never, ever. Ever. It's like a football team on paper. You're like, these motherfuckers are winning the Super Bowl, and they go 0-15.
You watch them fucking practice. You're like, oh my god, can I take my bet back?
I need my money.
Yeah. I was bullshit. My
God
kid
damn.
did that shit. He was online.
Right, so it just
Call your credit card. Shut that shit down. Stop payment.
We ain't gotta be able to play chess, but man, at least checkers.
I lost my ATM card.
Be able to play.
You ain't even gotta be able to play good. Just know how to move the goddamn pieces.
Be able to play Angry Birds.
Candy Crush, something.
Oh my god.
It's
be able to make a complete sentence using nothing but actual, real words.
Yeah,
One whole sentence.
Ebonics didn't last that long. It's not a language. It's not a part of the language. Yeah, when I can speak Ebonics, that don't mean I want to speak Ebonics, nor... my mom, I was raised one of the people, if you didn't say the right way or enunciation or anything, I got smacked. Now, if I got to hear you talk... it just don't work that way. It's like if you hear a British person's voice and you see a Chinese man.
You ask him right there. What is the one way to get the fastest way to get me to just snatch a motherfucker by the throat?
Bruh.
Start talking ghetto and start getting ghetto with me. I'm done talking at that point. I will have a conversation with you if we have a conversation, even if it gets a little loud. That's fine. But the second you start going ghetto, or even like that, super redneck white trash on me, we're done talking, and you're done talking. You're done talking.
Well, see,
just don't.
I kind of feel almost the same way, but it just depends on the situation. Because I've been in the hood where people just talk like that. A lot of people might get offended, but it's just the way they talk. And if you do the same thing, they don't get offended. It's just the way they talk. Now, if you're in a situation,
I guess you're right.
if you're in a
right.
situation
if I'm
say
in somebody's house or something, that's a total different situation.
But if you're in also not that situation, if you're in a total, say that you're
most of the situations I've ever been in,
like the dude who got hit with the twisted T.
That's when they have decided they were going to That's the avenue of intimidation. So just don't.
Yeah.
The second you even step in the cone of that funnel. So that is just a trigger for me.
My
see, I don't snap that easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have that paranoia. I constantly think that somebody is going to fuck me up. So I'm going to watch and I'm going to find the weakness or where you slip up and then you're fucked. I cut the head off the beast. I had an issue way back in the day.
Bitch.
I had an issue way back in the day with one of my kids' actual biological father. Now, I didn't know the dude. I didn't know the situation. but I know what I went through when I wanted to see my kids. So my girl at the time, this was her daughter, I pulled the mail card. I was like, maybe she was a dick to him or whatever. One day I went to the bar. I found out that his girlfriend, this is the way the universe fucks me. His girlfriend was the bartender. We got talking. I found out who he was. I was like, well, if he wants to talk to his daughter or whatever, just come at me or whatever. I know what it's like. Giving him the benefit of the doubt, didn't know who he was, didn't know the big piece of shit. But this cocksucker comes to my house, I'm at work, and him and some other people are there, and pretty much tries to, I don't know how long he was there or what he said before I got there, tries to intimidate me in my house. And then tries to make, at that point right there, now he's about your size, at nut job. Don't give a fuck. I got enough, everybody knows me. I had it covered. So, I told him, we'll go outside and speak. Got in his car. Some words were said. He had a dude that was sitting behind me pull a gun on me. Really? You the one who got beef with me. You ain't got the nerve. I got out the car. Right there. That's your first mistake. If I was going to do some shit, I ain't going to let you get out the car.
Right.
I walked in my house.
Right.
That's another thing. I walked in my house. I told all my kids to go upstairs, hide up under the bed.
Get in the bathtub.
Wow. Dumbass was outside running his mouth. Came back out with my gun.
Mm-hmm.
And handled the situation.
Right. Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
That was not your situation. You're not a thug. You might be a little nut job. I'll give you that. He is a fucking nut job like that.
Okay, good. You're a nut job.
But don't doubt a paranoid motherfucker.
Right.
Especially one like a Chihuahua that has that fucking big dog syndrome. Everybody, all my boys know me. I'm generally one of the smallest dudes in the pack. But when it comes down to it, yeah, Greg also. Me and Greg are the first to fucking jump. Even when it ain't right. And I still think that dude pushed Jack. Before anybody says anything, I still, he pushed.
Jack even says it didn't happen like that.
Listen,
Shut up! The dude pushed Jack, and you don't do that to one of my boys.
No. Yeah. I guarantee you Jack got pushed that night. And I wasn't even there, but I can guarantee you Jack did.
Yeah.
Jack ain't going to admit to it. And the only reason why, because he was keeping his cool through the whole situation.
Yeah, because Jack could have fucked that dude up.
Yeah, because he had to drop that box of fucking liquor bottles, dude, and snatch that motherfucker up.
I know.
He wasn't getting away. Yeah, I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Right.
Superman!
I
Right.
looked at it like this at the
tubby
time.
Superman.
I mean,
at
not only are we all friends, but we had our bike group together, and Jack was my right hand man. So what do I look like letting my right hand man, even if he could fucking destroy this dude, no, you ain't. Nope. And my son is there. My son was there. Oh my God! And that later on in life, I felt justified because I hear he was talking shit about me in the whole shit. So I don't
the
even know. The
universe fixed itself.
Yep, that was it.
I honestly think I heard this story when I picked up Marco one morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I will give the dude this.
That's when he
much
fucked up his
credit.
shoulder and shit, I think,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
He had a gun on him, and he knew he was wrong. He knew what he got was what he got, and he went to his car, and he fucking left. No matter what, he got his ass whooped. Jack and I put the stomping on that poor dude, but he deserved it.
But I'll tell you what, he was probably smart enough to know that if he came back in there with a gun and anything would have happened, the force that would have been coming behind you would have been 5 times worse than anything he could handle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but when you're in a situation like that, especially in a bar, Trust me. Most people
Yeah.
don't
Well,
think that far ahead.
Well,
Right.
by that time,
But-
we all had.
Okay, here's my outlook on it, okay? There is a very fine line between crazy and fucking stupid.
Yep.
A lot of people are on the stupid fucking side and think
sure.
they're fucking crazy, and there's way few people on the crazy side than what you would think,
Yep. I understand
Remember,
that. I
crazy
know, I
people
saw a
don't
lot.
think they're crazy.
right?
But the thing with the whole ghetto talk thing, that's not weird at all, because I had several people, you know, when I was working as a bartender, that we would have certain females come in and be acting a fool and talking like that,
Stupid.
and yeah, they were
Well-
very vocal about that being a huge turnoff and just not even wanting to deal with.
Well, now I do sympathize, and I can look at both sides of it, because, like, when I went to boot camp, and I was told this by the group of black dudes that I was told to make friends with. You know, growing up, I was, you know, again, that's why I don't understand the whole racism thing. You know, I was brought up pretty much with black folks. You know, the black folks that, you know, Tawan, my dude who was a Marine, told me when to go in, you know, make sure you're cool with the black cats. They'll take care of you. You know, and I took that with me. I was all hood like that. And specifically by the head of the whole little crew there, quit acting black. You're not black. So, and that's a different story for a different day. But that's just an example of it. So I could understand if that was an upbringing and you don't know anything else. But when you do and you still choose to act like that shit, no.
It was definitely said
Or
when,
you adopt that
when
shit.
it's a white female acting like that, it was worse.
No, even when it's an overly ghetto black chick or overly ghetto
I'm just
Puerto
saying
Rican
what was
chick.
said to me.
Oh my God, you ever see one of those Puerto Rican chicks with the long ass nails and their necks fucking wiggle like
Yeah.
a goddamn snake?
Yep.
Oh my God, it drives me nuts. Oh,
Most definitely.
I seen my aunts when I was fucking younger. You know, my aunts fucking like had them long ass nails before it was popular. It was gross. It's still
Listen, so I was in
Look
sports
at here,
growing
chica.
up.
I don't know what you're
So
talking
I never
about.
got my nails done. I didn't do that shit. So like, just the other day, now I didn't go get my nails done, but my daughter had bought a pack of those press-on things, right? That for
Do
Christmas
nails
or whatever.
better than a Korean.
So I put some glue on. I used them, and I'm looking at them like, these are pretty. And then I tried to use my phone and was like, I can't fucking do it. I can't use my phone. I can't. And then I was like, how the fuck am I even gonna work? So I had to cut them down and file them and shit, and then and so they were smaller. So that worked for me. But I don't know how the fuck people function. I'm too physical for that. I can't do it with those long ass nails.
My oldest daughter tried it the one time. And she was like, this is ridiculous. I mean, I don't even, like, what is cool about that?
Can't do it.
Or here's another thing. And it works for certain ones, but very few. Like the cornrows in the white girls.
Oh yeah.
Terrible!
Only works for a select few.
Select few. Select few.
Yeah.
You know, like you
And
gotta
and
have
listen-
some pigment to your skin for that to
Listen,
work. I'm
no,
sorry. That's
not
just the
all
way
the time,
it is in
because
my
even-
eyes.
Even some of the braids on some of the black chicks and everything else.
No, I'm
don't
talking
look
about
right.
cornrows. Yeah, specifically cornrows. Because
Cornrows are not a braid, is what you're telling me?
no, I'm just
But he's only
specific
talking
kind.
about that specific type
Yeah.
of braid.
Okay.
Because I done see some ridiculous fucking other braids, dude. But just like as far as white girls go, there's a very select few that the cornrows work for, and yeah, like you got Puerto Rican girls. I don't even like Puerto Rican girls, and I'm not saying that I don't like them. That's just not my thing. But you know, I've seen a lot of Puerto Rican girls with cornrows. I'm like, God damn. And black girls with cornrows. You know, but the white girl, that just ain't their thing. You know, just like there's certain hairdos as it goes with certain folks.
So, I always wanted to have it done once to see, and I had a stripper do it to me one time, and I was like, get this shit out of my hair. I can't do it. Get it out of my hair.
Now, a black dude with dreadlocks, and I've seen plenty of white dudes with dreadlocks, look very cool. But a black girl with dreadlocks,
Oh fuck.
I think looks like shit. But a white girl with dreadlocks, I've seen plenty of hot white girls with dreadlocks.
I don't know. Even with white girls with dreadlocks, I wouldn't even say there's a select few for me. Fuck no. White girls with dreadlocks, I don't know.
Dude,
No.
if I show you a picture of my stepdaughter Hannah when she had her dreads, you'd be like, ah.
No.
But black girls with dreads, I think, don't look good.
Once I figured out what dregs were, that's some nasty.
No. 'Cause not all dreadlocks are dirty, nasty, crusty. A lot of people take good care of their dreadlocks.
My dude BG got dreads. He got mad dreads.
Yeah, and she's thinking of the dreadlocks where like they just didn't take care of their shit at all, and they
We're
just
not
walked
in
all
Jamaica.
together. Yeah, no.
But no, there's a lot of people who do
Dreadlocks
that.
are not always like dirty. There's a lot of people who just braid their hair and it just.
Well,
forms.
see,
It
I
just locks up.
had dreads,
And it
but I
becomes
had
bulky.
my hair was too pretty, and I used to tell people because they used to tell me get real dreads. I just made sure my shit was braided by black girls. You know, I made sure black girls braided my hair, and I could take it out. And it was beautiful. But you know, BG went real deal. Like, you know, there's a way of doing that shit, and then when you put the honey and all that shit with it, like Hannah's dreads were beast. You know, and Hannah looked like a little hippie goddess. But
I've always loved them. Thought they were great. If they're taken care of, they look cool.
Yeah, but
I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Dreads.
but you know what? It screams it's the same thing as a face tattoo or a neck tattoo. Unemployable. That's why she got rid of her shit.
It screams patchouli oil, and I can't.
You ever just see a dude and he got a big ass beard of just dreadlocks? Like that nasty stuff?
No,
when their
that's
beard
nasty.
is all locked together, I don't know. That's nasty.
Yeah, that's grody.
That's from not cleaning up after you eat pussy.
Ooh.
That's why his beard's doing that
Listen,
little indent right there.
I don't know what you've been dealing with, but goddamn it, that's fucked up.
That's why I'm going back to the damn damage. I'm gonna have to do
Ponytails.
an oil treatment.
You just brush it.
No, the hair is actually like.
What?
So are we coming back or are we done or what's going on?
We done been back for like a half hour.
So we been on?
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking awesome then, right?
Right?
We all.
That's
Yes.
just how, but I
Yes,
thought
yes,
we
we
were
are.
just bullshit.
Huh?
So I thought I was just bullshit.
Sounds like
Me too. I
Cajun.
didn't
We
even
all.
think that thing was on.
That's why it was good
We
shit.
need to get shirts made. We all.
We on.
I'm on it.
We on.
Bet.
We all.
Bet. Bet.
Dude, I got a but. What did I say that I buy? A bunch of jerseys?
It'll take off like the Chewed 'em
I
Clint.
don't know.
I got some shit we gotta try making t-shirts out of.
Okay.
Or jerseys or whatever. There's some kind of fucking something
Hey.
that goes over you.
I need y'all's help. I need to pile scrap material together and make a forge.
What?
You heard me.
No, I didn't. What?
Look, I know
to pile
shit's gonna
some
get
scrap
bad,
material together
but
and
we
make
don't
a
have to
forge.
go to the whole metallurgy fucking blacksmith days.
No, dude, I just want to do it for fun.
You do look like what? You look like a tall
Listen,
one of
the
them
King of
trolls
Random has
back
done
in the
all
day
those
they used
videos.
to have
Just
in the
look it up
video
on
games.
YouTube.
They
I
used
know,
to
I
be
just
the
need the scrap
blacksmiths.
metal to make it.
No. You know what it reminds me of? Diesel mechanic. The whole beard
Diesel
and
Brothers.
yeah, some shit like that.
He reminds me of one of them old, like in the old video games
I want to start
where
fucking
they
around
had
with
the
knife smithing,
trolls
so I need a forge.
that did the blacksmithing, made the armor, and made the fucking weapons.
That's all.
He's just about 3 foot too tall.
I just want to fuck around with it for me, for fun. So I just need to put I'm gonna build it. I just want to try and put as much material together as possible with buying as little as possible.
Greg and I
I
did
only wanna
something
buy the
similar,
stuff that's, like,
and we had
specific
the
and necessary.
fire department called
You know what I mean? I ought to be able to find enough shit.
No, that was your fault. Now, don't put my name in that shit. That was you.
Hey, I paid
100% Marco.
$1,000 for that little fucking fire. Fuck it, I'll talk about all I want.
So wait, they did find you?
Fuck yeah!
Dude, I told you. Shut the fuck up.
But they didn't put it as a fine though. They put it on my water bill, dude. They put 1,000.
Yeah,
oh my
because
God.
they use like 20,000 gallons of water to put the shit out.
Under control. We had hoses and shit. It was a little bit tall, but it was not wide.
Jared, I told this motherfucker at least 8 times. Somebody call on the fire department. And when I said that, it was because I was looking above the tree line.
The bad thing was...
No, I do this all the time. We got this,
Man,
yeah.
I had a fucking blaze going a couple of days before. That's what drives me nuts.
You had a blaze. We had
like a
garbage pile smoldering like 12 foot by 12 foot. There was a big difference.
You know, the big thing was they thought we were crackheads trying to fucking get copper out of fucking shit.
Yeah.
That's what they were looking for. They kicked over everything. They were looking for wire.
Right.
And the one thing they found was like we had there was an
Probably
old,
one of the 8 televisions we threw in the fire.
Well, no, that was all gone. The one thing that they came and saw was that when them old school hampers that kind of sprung out, it was in there, and that thing. No, we're not smelting, dude. I'm cleaning out my fucking trailer.
Right. So, yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, it was one of them
Bad
good
thing
times.
is Thorne's been out there plenty of times, he's still burning shit out there. There's dresser drawers and stuff. Like, he'll have friends out there, they'll start burning shit.
If you're doing it at night, you're good. We was doing it at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I think if I'd have went out there before like the 3rd fire truck fucking came, like if the first one came,
listen,
maybe we'd have been good. But after
the best part was as soon as I heard sirens, I said, "Marco, they're coming here." No, they ain't. No, Marco, listen,
they
I can tell the difference.
Through the woods.
I can tell the difference from sirens going one direction.
This is where you live now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can hear them coming down, like...
I'm like, no, that can't be
here
for us, man.
All right, so you hear the first fire truck. You know how once they stop their siren, and they pull up and everything else. They stop, and then the next thing you hear is another siren coming from the same fucking direction, or the opposite direction at the same lane. So the next thing you know, we walk out down Marco's driveway. You look out, and there's like 4 or 5 fire trucks.
They were deep. They were
like,
deep.
It was like the second night when we moved into the Arden house in Boardman. I was dying. Okay, so Jared and I don't even fucking know what we were fighting about. It wasn't really even that loud. We were standing in the garage. We were talking about some shit. I got mad about something. Imagine that.
It was not I.
And he
hit him.
I was gonna leave.
Again,
I was trying to get some space.
I
was gonna leave. He wasn't gonna let me drive because I was drinking. And I think he was like, "I love you," or some shit. And then all of a sudden, police are there, and I'm like,
I yelled very loud.
Never say I love you. You'll get in trouble.
I'm like,
you'll get in trouble.
I turned around, looked at him, and I honestly busted out laughing. I'm like, dude, we are not in Kansas anymore. What the fuck? Welcome to Boardman.
Oh my God, I did.
Like, we aren't in Youngstown anymore. What the fuck is this?
When I transitioned from Camel to Austintown, me and the girl that I stayed with lived right behind Giant Eagle in them apartments in Austintown. It was her birthday. And I was upset that I couldn't do anything for her birthday, and her and I got into an argument. And I left. I walked to Giant Eagle and I bought her a birthday cake and some flowers. Walked back. I didn't even have a car back then. Cops were all over the place. The neighbor called.
You stole that cake?
No, the neighbor called and said I beat her up.
Oh.
Dana said that the cops came in and was like, "Where's he at? We know he hit you. We know he did." She's like, "No. He left. He just, we had an argument and we left." They implied the whole thing. They kind of pushed her into like, he hit you. He did something. She was, no, he didn't. No. Now, I walk around the corner, I got a fucking cake. I remember to this day, it was like just a regular plain, like heart cake with strawberries on top. And like, it wasn't even whipped cream. It was kind of like the frosting whipped around that looked like whipped cream. Poor ghetto kid. But it's what I had. I'm holding this shit, and they're ready to take me to jail for beating this girl's ass. Yeah, not in Kansas anymore.
Right? Hilarious. I was dying.
They did the same. The YPD did the same thing to her.
Oh, yeah.
We had an argument. My hands went immediately into my pockets because we were outside. So I stood there and had my hands in my pockets.
Gotta have them up in there. Hands in the pocket, you better have something
in my pockets.
Found that out the hard way.
Police showed up, immediately got between us, and went straight to her, and kept going.
Ma'am, all you have to do is tell me. We know. All you have to do is tell us that he put a hand on you.
Blink,
all you have to do is tell us. And I'm like, nope, I'm just tired. I'm trying to go to sleep. Nope. He didn't. I'm just trying to go to bed.
I've never.
Nope.
Never. We've had this discussion and on air many times.
Nope.
I have never, even in situations that the general mass population of the world would agree with me, I would have the right to defend myself. Still have chosen because I either am that much bigger and stronger, or whatever. I can handle. I can stop the situation without having to actually strike someone. And have never struck a female. That's just me. I'm not saying people haven't been in situations.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not saying people haven't been in situations where they were rightfully defending themselves, okay? And we're not talking about abuse. But so I never have. I've never laid a hand on her. And they were relentless. It was a good 45 minutes they were trying to coerce her into telling them so they could arrest me. And I've never once in our lives together ever once.
Nope. And if truth be told, that night, I'd have been the one to go to fucking jail. Because I was the one hitting him in the middle of the fucking street.
I put my hands in my pockets and took everything.
How long ago was that?
A few days ago.
No.
Oh, God.
No, 2 days ago, they were driving the car, and the power steering's out. So see, my dad was just
close to
gripping that wheel, and he couldn't let go because the power steering. My mom just started
Right
decking
now,
That was
we are
graceful.
on a totally different level. Totally different level
I'm
than
just
what we were.
saying, they're talking about the cops. The cop part, that's
But
all.
today, let that situation happen now, and see what happens.
Yeah, both of them.
No.
The way the law is.
No, because never mind.
You either both
Never
do
mind.
now or
Yeah,
you both
never mind.
go now.
Never
I
mind.
remember them days where the guys used
I
to
didn't
get
say.
fucked no
I
matter
didn't,
what.
First of all, they never asked me. Second of all, I never would have said that she.
And now, mind you, I do
She
not
was having
condone
a temper
putting your hand
tantrum.
on a woman.
She was having a temper
but-
tantrum, and I was never struck in a way where it all. Look, I didn't even restrain her because I was never struck in a way that I was ever fearful.
You were.
That
She
Since
looked at me and was like,
I ain't
I
gonna
was having a
bullshit
tantrum,
anybody
too.
here.
what?
If Joyce ever came at me, sis, I love you to death, but I'm gonna take your kneecap out.
Good to know. Thanks for telling me.
All I have to say is
You got
hit 'em.
two.
She gonna take your kneecap out first now.
Yep, you got two.
Knowledge is power.
I love you to death. Just like my brother.
eat
My
from a
brother
tree,
came at me
knowledge.
one time. Told him, I was like, bro, I love you. I ain't gonna kill you, but I'll shoot you in your fucking leg.
anybody else want to walk
No.
with a limp?
Foot's better.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I'm
no,
talking about. That Eddie
my
Murphy, remember Eddie Murphy?
my
Yeah.
gun is too big. If I'd have hit the foot, your foot would have
Yeah,
came
Beverly
off.
Hills Cop. Yeah,
If
Beverly Hills Cop.
I'd have nicked your leg, you might walk with a limp, but you're still not gonna lose
No,
your foot.
because the foot's going to heal a lot
Just
better
take-
than a shin leg or
Yeah,
a shin
just take-
bone.
Just take that
308
foot.
short, bro.
That
I,
pinky toe.
don't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Foot's going to heal better than the shin bone. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
If you blow a foot off, or if you blow a little bit of calf meat
I don't
off,
want to be like Tink Tink. Don't do that.
that's what I'm saying.
Poor little Tink Tink. I don't do that.
Nope. I love you to death. I ain't gonna fucking like.
I be trying to
do
deliver
that
my
to you.
packages. I be slipping on the ice. And one little thing take out. I'm like skiing down the slope. Damn it! Don't do that to me. God.
You know, and there's been females that I let unload on me, and there's been females like I had to fight like I was fighting for my life. You know, Maria's mama. I put Maria's mama against anybody up in here.
You like
Anybody.
fighting the fridge.
Dude.
Literally. Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
William, the Fridge Perry.
No,
I know. Every time you bring her up, that's all I think about is a big-ass Chicago Bears
Dude.
jersey.
Dude, I'm telling you. Julie used to... Great nose, that's the bad thing. That's
Right.
like-
Right. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, Julie, that was the big... And getting hit like tall grass my ass. That was tall trees. Coming back with the haymaker from her. I've been hit harder by her than any man in my life.
Right.
When
There's
I
not
went
something
against
that
her,
was
I threw blows. There was only
look.
one other time that I put my hands on a woman, and I found out this triggered sentence like maybe I did. I don't know what it is, but that will unleash all 7 voices and you'll get hit. In certain situations, it was wrong. It was wrong. I should never did it. But somebody said maybe I did, and she got punched in the back of the fucking head.
All I'm saying is,
Shit
I
happens.
have seen, like, I'm not afraid of anybody. I don't give a fuck how big you are, who you are. If
why you
it's
gonna
gonna
have
go
to get
down,
your
it's gonna
kneecap taken
fucking
out.
go down. Period.
And I'll buy
But
you the
there have been
prettiest
some
fucking cane or
big-ass-
walker.
Bedazzle that bitch. But
I
like
will,
there have
I
been
will.
some bitches I've seen, and I'm like, oh god, this is gonna hurt a lot. Like, oh fuck, and I'm like studying them for the weakness because this got to end early, or I'm gonna
As I got
die.
older, I evaluated the
I'm
situation.
still gonna do
I'm
it,
like,
but I'm gonna
dude, I know I
die.
can take 'em,
Right?
but is this
Right?
gonna be
You're like,
worth
all
fucking
right,
waking
we're
up
done.
every day?
You going
Yeah,
home?
yeah.
You going home?
Damn.
You're going
We
home.
still doing it, but shit.
Trust me, I'm tiny, but I got fury.
Right? Raging Psycho goes a long
See, I go through
fucking
like
way.
I know I can beat them.
No.
I'm
We just
gonna
had
have to
this
wake up
conversation.
tomorrow and my fucking
Stupid,
back
crazy.
is gonna hurt and I got
both.
shows to do. I'm gonna have to
You pissed me
explain
off,
this
I'm
shit
both.
on my head.
I'm stupid crazy.
She's crazy and stupid.
Dude, I'm gonna break a pinky toe. As easy as that. I'm gonna break a pinky toe. You'd be like, this motherfucker, I'm gonna kill him. But you ain't fucking with me right now. You on the ground grabbing your pinky toe. That's
I'm gonna
it.
let you think the pinky toe stop me because that's good for me.
I thought
Right.
that too.
I've broken them.
How many
I've broken
times
every
have you
single one of my
stubbed your
toes. What are
pinky
you
toe
talking about?
You can have that
and
part right
evaluated
there. Hold
your
up.
life.
You
Hold
can
up.
have.
That's
Listen,
like
no,
stepping
I
on a
have
fucking
dislocated
Lego.
kneecaps,
These-
broken ankles,
these
and
three
gone the
on my
next day and
toe.
worked. I've had surgery on my foot and showed up at karate class that night. I
That
have
is
done.
not saying nothing for that immediate moment.
I've
I've
stuffed
stepped
everything.
on a Lego and wanted to
broken
sell my
everything.
children because of it, but then survived the next day. My foot hurt, but I survived.
No,
But
it
I
doesn't
sold
matter.
my kid in
Nope.
that moment.
Nope. There's a level of I don't
Right.
give a fuck.
Listen, you can take all 5 toes off of this foot, and I'm gonna take your fucking nose off with the other 5 on the other foot.
That's right. I'm gonna
I'm
whop
telling you right now.
on that side of your head, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
But it'll take
Right.
a few weeks to
That's
do
some
that.
Billy Jack.
Huh?
It's gonna take a while to do that.
So yeah, you're lucky you'll be get 3 before I take your
I
fucking
ain't
nose
gonna
off
lie.
your face.
I could probably take a bullet before I'll take a pinky toe or one of my toes taken out, and that is just natural.
Again,
That's
good
the way.
to know. Knowledge
that,
is power.
That is
Motherfucker.
the way a fucking a human biology works. It
That's
is
how
known.
your human biology
It is
works.
known right now. No, it is known, and look it up. Look it
Nope.
up.
I ain't looking up
It
shit.
sound-
I know
it-
what
it
I've
sound-
gone through, and I
it
know what I
sounds
can feel.
stupid as hell, but you have
Right.
taken you went in brawls and woke up the next day like
3
fuck
minutes.
that bitch.
3
but
minutes.
you have stepped on certain shit and be like that. Fucking 3 days later, that goddamn shit fucked me up. Now think about that. A Lego or whatever you stepped on got you 3 days of pain, where a fucking whole mosh pit full of people did nothing to you the next day.
2
so
minutes.
what takes what out and where?
2 minutes.
And with that being said, y'all, Thanks for joining us on What the Fuck Wednesday. Shout out to all new listeners, all new followers, anybody who's listening to us. First of all, don't believe a goddamn thing. If you want to question something, look that shit up yourself. Do your own homework.
Because I don't believe half of the bullshit.
Because fuck that pinky toe bullshit.
Yep.
Right.
We love you all. We love you haters. Check out what Scotty got going on Full Album Friday.
Right.
Yep. Check Scotty out on Full Album Friday.
Flavor Friday.
Flavor Friday.
Flamer Friday.
No, not Flamer.
Oh, shit, I heard it wrong.
Yeah, we try to stick a dick in Scotty's ass is one of the things
It
we
don't
won't
work.
do.
It has to be jalapeno dick.
No, not even the Mexicans.
All right, y'all. With
All
that,
right,
we're
we
out.
out. Be safe.
So you are saying you tried to fuck Scotty?
That's what I was
Maybe.
about to say. Marco
Maybe.
tried to fuck Scotty.
Maybe. I